What is up, guys? My name is Nick and welcome back to another Black Ops Cold War top 5 best class setups. Now these guns are going to be super insane. You guys are going to want to use these for sure. We got a lot of guns, ARs, SMGs, overpowered and ready to smack people with these things. If you guys could drop a like, that would be absolutely amazing. Subscribe to the channel and around here with those notifications turned on, and let's talk about the best guns to use right now in Season 2. To start off the list, we're going to go with a gun that I think is actually really good, and it's a gun that I recently started using a lot more than I used to use it in the past. And the class that I had before was really bad, and I was really put off with it, and that's for the FFAR. I didn't want to use the class that I used to use. I thought it was the best class you could make for it, but then recently I decided, you know what, we're not going to run a barrel on this thing and see what we could do in order to control that recoil more, and we made an absolute laser of an FFAR class. So for this one right here, the first thing you guys want to run is the muzzle brake 5.56. You get 4% vertical recoil control, which doesn't seem like much, but it does a great job. After that, we're going to go down to the underbarrel. Now the underbarrel you want to run for this is going to be the field agent grip. You get 6% vertical recoil control, so now we have a total of 10% already, and you get 20% horizontal recoil control. So you already boosted up at 30% with the recoil on this gun. It's going to be really nice for you. And then for the magazine, you either want to run the 34 round speed mag, I thought it was going to be 35, or the 44 round fast mag, the salvo, the last one you guys can get for this weapon. Either one is going to work. They both reload really quick, and they both hold more ammo than this gun starts with, and it starts at 25, so you want to make sure you throw something more onto this one. After that, the handle is going to be the airborne elastic wrap for 30% ADS speed, 90% flinch resistance, which is really important to make this gun turn into a laser. So once you get shot at, you're not going to be flinching, and then it also lets you go aiming while you're going prone. I just screwed up my words there, but you guys know exactly what I mean. Now the stock is the CQB pad for 30% sprint to fire speed. That's the first gun on the list, and that's probably one of my favorite guns in the game. Speaking of my favorite guns in the game, we're gonna go down to my absolute favorite at number 2, and that is the AK-74U. Now the AK-74U, if you guys know me, this gun's nasty. This thing is crazy, and I love the MP5 as well, but the AK-74U, for some reason, I think it's the best SMG in the game. Now the AK-74U, the first thing you want to run on this is the muzzle brake 5.45. Again, you want to get that vertical recoil control. This gun does have a little bit of kick, so if you guys could put that down and control it, it's going to make it a lot easier to shoot those enemies at the further distance. The less recoil you have, the more shots you hit. The more shots you hit, the faster you kill the enemy. I mean, come on. Going down to the barrel, we're actually going to use one for this one because it is an SMG and a barrel will help it out a lot, and that is the 10.3 inch task force. Now what's really cool about this one is it gives you a boost of damage at 8%. That is really high. That's a gigantic damage boost, and I really recommend using it. But along with the damage boost, you also get 50% extra effective damage range and 75% bullet velocity. So you hit those headshots, even at a long distance, you will be on target. Make sure you guys go ahead and use that. Going down to the next attachment, we're going to talk about the magazine, and I really recommend the VDV 50 round fast mags for this one. You lose ADS speed, but you get max ammo capacity, reload quickness, max starting ammo, and 67% extra ammo capacity. So definitely run that. The handle is going to be the GRU elastic wrap for that 30% ADS time. We're only getting 5% ADS on this one because we did lose 25 with the last attachment. 90% flinch resistance, and again, you can aim while going prone. And now for the actual stock on this weapon, you want to use the KGB skeletal stock for 30% sprint to fire and 10% aim, walk, and movement speed, so you could dodge those bullets, make yourself a harder target to hit, and just easily kill those enemies. Going down to number 3 on this list, we got the new AR. The new AR, which I think is probably one of the best ARs in the game, and that is the FARA 83. Now the FARA 83, I didn't really change up the class too much from the class that actually came at tier, I forget what tier it is, but it's later on in the battle pass. You guys are going to unlock it. Tier 80 something, maybe even 90 something, I don't even know. But the cool thing about this is that you don't need to change the class too much in order to make it really good, and the gun still keeps its camo and all that kind of stuff. So for the optic, I said, you know what, I thought it was bad in the Hawksmoor optic sight. I thought it was gonna be garbage. It's actually not that bad, and I was able to go off on people using it, so I kept it on the class. Going down to the barrel, this is something that you definitely want to change. I think the class actually does come with a barrel if I remember correctly, but it might be like one of those useless ones ones. So what you really want to do is get this gun leveled up and use the 18.7-inch Spetsnaz RPK barrel for 3% damage, which we don't really want to use this for the damage anyways, it's not much, but it does give you 50% effective damage range and 50% bullet velocity. So go ahead and use this, but keep in mind that you're losing a lot of vertical and recoil control when doing so. So you might want to throw on an underbarrel that's actually going to help you get that back, and to do so you're going to want to use the Spetsnaz grip, which gives you 6% vertical recoil control and 20% horizontal recoil control. But at the moment when I was making this class, the gameplay in the background, if you guys are watching, I didn't actually use that. I used the foregrip, which gives you 15% horizontal and gives you no negatives whatsoever. So you guys could use either or. I do recommend the Spetsnaz grip. It does help out a lot. The magazine, you're going to want to run, there's a few of them here that you could run, and what I would recommend is either the Spetsnaz 50 round mags, which is what I'm using right here, or the actual VDV 50 round fast mags, but you do lose an extra 10% ADS. So you lose 25% ADS with this one over the Spetsnaz where you only lose 15. So that's why you got to kind of think, if this gun is slow at ADSing, you might want to run the non-fast mag version of the 50 round mags. Going down to the last attachment, it's going to be the KGB skeletal stock. It comes with this. That's amazing. You get 30% sprint to fire speed, and you could aim walking movement speed at 40% boosted. So that's crazy to me. I love that. Going down to one of these guns that I think is crazy, and it's an XM4 Class that I've shared with you guys before, but it's a crazy one, and I kind of modified it just a little bit, and you guys want to check this out for sure. So the optic on the XM4 that you want to run is the Microflex LED. You're going to blast people with it, and it's going to be a good time. The muzzle you want to run is the muzzle brake 5.56 for 4% vertical recoil control. Now here's where I modified the class a bit. In the last class I gave you guys, we were using the 13.5-inch reinforced heavy, but what I really recommend now, instead of doing that, is to actually use a 13.5-inch task force, so you get that effective damage range, bullet velocity, but you get 7% extra damage on the XM4, which in my opinion is probably something you definitely want to run. The handle is going to be the airborne elastic wrap. It's the last one you get, but it's really worth it. You get that ADS, flinch resistance, and aim while going prone. And then the stock, what I did use was the buffer tube for sprint to fire speed, but then I switched it out to the radar pad, and I found it to be a lot better in terms of actually aiming and walking and stuff. You don't feel like a turtle when you're aiming and moving at the same time. So definitely run the radar pad instead of the buffer tube for this one right here, and you guys are gonna love this class. Going down to the last weapon on this list, we gotta put a class that actually has 8 attachments on it, and what gun is better to use 8 attachments than the MP5? Now this class is crazy good. The sight might not look good, but it's crazy nice as well, and that's the Diamondback reflex for the actual optic, and it does a cool job. It's not too bad. The muzzle is going to be the infantry compensator for 12% vertical recoil control. Now you do lose horizontal recoil control on this, but the reason I'm running this is because it gives you the most vertical control out of all the actual, I believe all of them, out of all the muzzles. Yeah, I just looked at them. It gives you the most, but you do lose horizontal, and horizontal on the MP5, you don't mind losing some. It's not bad. It's not going to make the gun bad at all. The barrel is going to be the 9.5-inch task force for that 6% damage, 50% effective damage range, and 75% bullet velocity. The body on this one is going to be the steady aim laser, just so you can get that hip fire accuracy, which makes you actually hit those shots before you even ADS. If you have hip fire accuracy on a gun, always use it to your advantage. Start shooting once you see an enemy before you could even ADS. In case your ADS is slow, at least you could still hit maybe 1 or 2 bullets on the enemy. The underbarrel is going to be the field agent grip for 6% vertical recoil control, and in case you guys didn't like losing that horizontal recoil control, you get it back right here with 20% horizontal recoil control, which is nice. It just makes this gun more of a laser to begin with. The magazine is going to be the jungle style mags. You reload faster and there's no negatives, so trust me, that's kind of worth having, and I really recommend it on the MP5 where you're going to be running into a lot of people and pushing a lot of stupid things you shouldn't be pushing. The handle is going to be the serpent grip, which gives you 25% ADS time, which is kind of nice, and the final attachment for this one is going to be the stock, no stock, so you can get 30% sprint to fire time. It's really good. Definitely run these classes. Go ahead and let me know down in the comments below which one is your favorite class. If I had to pick of all these guns besides the AK-74U, because I'm obviously going to be biased to that, I'm gonna say the FFAR is probably my favorite class on this list. The FFAR is just nice. It's a great gun. If you put the wrong attachments on, the gun feels horrible. So trust me, use the class I gave you guys. It's a laser and you're gonna draw people with it. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, make sure to drop a like on this one. We're not gonna set a like goal. Yeah, we are. We're gonna go for 2,000. I don't know why I switched up so quick right there. And leave a comment down below if you made it this far into the video, commenting purple bananas. Just be random as hell. Let people know that you made it this far. And for those of them who didn't make it this far, they're gonna be wondering what the hell you're writing. And that's the fun part. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are around here with those notifications turned on. My name is Nick, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.